Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Motherhood on the Move with yours truly, Brittany Nettles. Today we're getting cozy. I am in athleisure. I just sipped on and finished my iced matcha latte. I am caffeinated, I am comfortable, and I hope that you are too. And we're going to talk about a cozy topic, and that's friendship. I feel like friendship is one of the two taboo F words that women don't talk about. The other one is finance, and we're not going to talk about finance today, and maybe that'll be a future episode. But today we're going to talk friendship and friendship as an adult and how hard it is and how friendships change over time and just accepting that, because recently I've been reflecting on some of my friendships and actively talking about just status check, maintenance check friendships with some of my girlfriends. And we've been reflecting and giving each other permission to just show up how we can in this season of life. And I kind of want to give everyone permission to do the same today. And I don't know about you, but I've been carrying a lot of guilt. I say that because as a mom, I feel like we prioritize two things: our family and ourselves. They're number one and number two, and I think like are both equally number one, and they should be. Second is work, and the third is friends or additional family, but I'm going to consider all family to be lumped in the first category. Our friends come third and sometimes fourth, because sometimes there's another hobby or another commitment that we have that comes in third, and friendship falls by the wayside because friends are sometimes easy to disconnect from and fall out of touch with when you have a lot of big adult responsibilities and commitments and obligations every day and every week and every month. There are some friends that I think about and I think about often, and I'm guilty of not reaching out to or not proactively making plans with. And it's been 2 years for some friends that I deeply cherish. And just because I haven't seen you doesn't make you any lesser of a friend or me lesser of any friend, but it sure as hell makes me feel that way. So today I just want to talk about that and the guilt that we carry as friends, and giving everybody permission to kind of let friendships be where they are. And I'm not saying don't invest time and energy into them, because that is 100% what a friendship needs. You need to, water it every now and then. But it's okay if friendships look different in this season of your life. For example, I have some friends that I used to hang out with every weekend, sometimes multiple times a week. And now I see them maybe once a quarter. And even that's generous. There are some friends that I used to go out to dinner with pretty regularly, and now we are just fighting to get coffee on the calendar, fighting for our life. And it's comical to say out loud, but it's the honest truth. I got together with one of my girlfriends who's also a mom and a mom of 3, and she's always herding her cats. And we finally got a mom play date on the calendar. We agreed to meet up at a local park, and one of us brought coffee and we brought the kids snacks and we let them roam for a little bit. But our play date was cut short because my little guy was a cranky curmudgeon and needed to nap. And maybe that was my fault for cutting it too close to nap time, but we at least made an effort. We made a date, got it on the calendar. We got together. We caught up a little bit. We didn't get to go as deep as we wanted to, but we chalked that up to a massive win. And maybe that play date wasn't as long as our play dates used to be, and we couldn't hang out and have deep connection and conversation for 3 hours straight, but we still got to at least scratch the surface and catch up on each other's lives, or just share what was meaningful and swirling around in our brain that day. I think that's awesome. I think that look at those two moms out here making it happen. And I want to celebrate that. I don't want to put so much emphasis and weight on the friendships who get to spend weekends together and have sleepovers. And yeah, you could totally have sleepovers with your adult friends. Don't come at me, because I do sometimes, shore dates and adult sleepovers. I haven't done one in a while, but if we're going down the shore, we're having a girls' night, baby, and we are having a sleepover with our jams. Anyway, you don't have to do that for the hangout to be substantial. You don't have to go out to dinner every month or get together for, I don't know, high tea. That's another one that I've recently missed out on that I felt really bad about, but I just didn't have it in me to commit to something on a weekend because that's usually my family time. I don't get to hang out with my family all week long. And it's okay to protect your time. It's okay to be a little bit more selective about what you can and can't do. You can't say yes to everything. I am a recovering people pleaser, as I mentioned in my recent episode with Jessie from Habitual. And I'm a recovering yes woman, and I'm working to say yes to less and say no in more areas that I just can't do because I don't want to overextend myself. I don't want to burn myself out. There's a finite amount of time in the day, in the week, and I have to be really selective about who gets that time. And I'm not saying friends aren't worth that time, but I'm saying sometimes there might be other priorities in the season of life, and that's okay. And that's the permission that I just want to give everybody today is to accept where you are, accept that the real ones, the real ride or die friends, the real friends who say, hey, I get it. I love you. Go back to doing whatever it is and was that you were doing because I think that's awesome. I think that's stellar. I love to support and see you chasing your goals, showing up for your family, being present, going out on date night with your husband or partner or other. And let's celebrate that. Just because friends can't be prioritized as much anymore doesn't make them any less. And the friends who make you feel that way, they can go punt. And I feel very strongly about that because friends need to be flexible in this season of life. Adult friendships are so incredibly challenging because they're layered, because you are not just a party of one anymore. And maybe you are, but again, you have big time adult responsibilities, and sometimes they are going to rank much higher than the friend itself. Sorry, friend, love you. But that's it. You're not demoting your friends, you're promoting everything else. And that I think just needs to be accepted. And I need that reminder every now and again. I can't tell you how many times I've sat down with my husband, Nick, and said, I feel like I'm flopping. I feel like I'm floundering. I feel like I'm failing as a friend because I don't get to show up the way that I used to. I can't go over to my friend's house and have, a little craft and wine night. I love that. I want to do that so bad. I don't have the energy to do that at this phase in my life. I also want to be home for bedtime. My little guy is only a little guy for so long, and I would love to be at home for bedtime. I'm also still nursing. There's a health layer in there, and there's a mental health layer on top of that physical health layer, and I'm just needed. So would I like to go over and have a puzzle and wine night? 1000%. I would love that. That sounds great. Sign me up. However, it's just not feasible at this stage of my life. And again, that's okay. So I hope that all of my friends out there, one, hear this. I love you dearly and deeply. And I have either openly discussed this with you or I haven't. And let this be a reminder that I love you all the same. And I know we can't hang out and traverse town and maybe book that fun getaway together. It doesn't make me think any less of you, and I certainly hope it doesn't make you think less of me. So that's really all I got. I wanted to share a little bit about friendships and how freaking hard they are to maintain as an adult, and just let you know that it's okay. And I see you out there, and I see your efforts that you're making, and I see how beautiful your friendships are actually turning out to be because you're all giving each other permission to just show up as you are. Show up in the raw, your messy self. Say, hey, I don't have it together this week. Do you? And they say no. And to me, that just creates the most beautiful, infectious bond. And that's what makes a true friendship. It's not about the optics. It's not how many times you can go out together. It's about showing up and checking in and just being on the journey together. That's really what I'm about. And they're the kind of friendships that I want to maintain and sustain. So to all the friends out there, I see you, I support you, and I hold you just very closely. I see the efforts that you're making. I see the work that you're putting in. And you are inspiring me to be a better friend and a better person. So thank you. Love you. And look at that. Actually kept it short and sweet for once. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, comment, subscribe wherever you are. And until next time.